is how do we support young people? That's what it's all about for me. It's not about me. It's about what can we do to support our young people to achieve their goals in life. If you sort of look back to when we had the Macpherson inquiry and what came out of that, and how at the time there were so many different recommendations that came out, and I felt that institutions beginning to understand the impact of racism and what they needed to do to change, and people on the streets also. But I think in recent years, racism is beginning to raise its head again. When you talk about the Windrush and all this, people coming over, and the difference that we were making in the NHS, and the really racism that people face at that time. And as the union tried to make sure that we push back on that and support the workers, but we've gone back to that again. So rather than us moving forward in which we were moving forward, without the new politics that coming online now, that's beginning to have a real impact on people, you know, in the workplace. And racism is just really, really high now. And what can we do to change it? But then if we don't, as I say, take responsibility ourselves, and where the union comes in, it's like, how do you step in to support your workers and challenge the government, challenge policies that's happening? I think that's the only way that we're going to be able to do that. In the early stages, the frontliners and the first individual to die was from the black community. And I wanted to make sure that people understand that, you know, what they were going through. And I think some of the nurses, I think one of the nurses said, as we were talking, she said, I didn't go to work to die. And that's really impacted on me. I think they're going to work to support and help their patient, and they're the ones who are the impact's happening on them. I think for somebody like me, I'm always very challenging, and I'm not sure why I'm like that. But I tend to, I presume you need to speak up, not in an aggressive way. And I think sometimes I look at people from the black community, that, especially women, that you're aggressive, but you're not. You're just challenging what's happening around you. You want to see a difference. And over the years, I've been able to do that. Not because I feel I'm any better than anybody else, but I just think that's not right. And you need to know it's not right. And so we within ourselves, we need to start doing that. We need to challenge our employers. Say, this is what we'd like to see. And it's benefit to the organisation when everybody's working conjointly together. You know, it does work. And so this year, with 33 years since Stephen was killed, there's, you know, for me it just seems like yesterday, so it doesn't seem that long. But I think the impact that Stephen's name has made has been really positive, and I try to make sure we focus on the positive side of things. And I know Stephen was knife crime, but I don't focus on that. I think I just want young people to look at and to have ambition to what they want to do in life, and to use Stephen as a tool, as a goal that they too can achieve. Because Stephen was an academic, so we know he would have done really well. And so to encourage young people, so this is why we focus on schools. So we have children who are ambassadors in their schools to talk about Stephen Lawrence Day. So is how do we support young people? That's what it's all about for me. It's not about me. It's about what can we do to support our young people to achieve their goals in life.